Do you want sex to get better and better and better with time and with age? Then you are gonna love this video. I'm Dr. Lori Buckley and I'm a sex therapist, and I see so many couples who are complaining that sex has become routine, it's become boring, it's not very exciting or satisfying, and sometimes not very frequent. I want to talk about some ways that you can make sex more exciting. Now, a lot of people go to different positions or sex toys, and those can be great. Sex toys can definitely add pleasure, and I have a link below to some sex toys because I happen to own a store that has some great ones. But you know what? It's bigger than that. And I want to give you a better way to understand it. And positions, yeah, that can make a difference. But again, we're going to talk about 3 ways to think about it. Now, I hope you are enjoying my videos in this channel. If so, please do subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. And just click that link. And that way you won't miss any of the videos. And if you like the videos, I would also appreciate it if you would press that like button and leave comments below. Okay, so first let me talk about 3 levels of sexual engagement. Now, these are really important. And as I talk about these, I want you to think about the level that you connect. Is it the body? Is it the heart? Or is it the mind? Now, let me tell you what I mean by those. So the heart is where it doesn't really so much matter what you're doing as much as who you're doing it with. That you're feeling so connected and so close and you're just really loving this person that you're with. And that's fantastic. And if that's a level that you connect to or that's important for you when you're having sex, the good news is you can continue to increase that. And there's no end to what you can explore when it comes to connection. Because oftentimes when we have sex, as you know, if you watched my videos before, we're very much in our head, or we're tired, or we're filled with anxiety. And it's hard sometimes to feel really close, especially if you haven't been feeling very close. So if your relationship has been struggling a little bit, that might be difficult. And again, if sex is boring, it can also be difficult to connect on that level. So you can expand the way that you have sex and that you connect to the person that you're having sex with. You can do that with Tantra. You can do it with mindfulness. You can do it in a way that is not just about love and romance, but is actually really, really hot. When we're connected in our hearts and we're looking in each other's eyes and we're so present and we're feeling that energy and our partner's energy, their masculine or their feminine energy, sex becomes explosive. So it is a wonderful way to experience more pleasure, and there are things that you can learn to do it. Tantra is a great practice that a lot of people don't understand. I'm going to do a whole video about Tantra, but for now I want to tell you that it is connection. It is sexual energy. So when you can fully experience your sexual energy and your partner's sexual energy and really feel that love going out to them and coming from them, sex becomes really, really exciting. And I want to give you a simple exercise right now, something that you can do. First of all, spend some time with your partner before you have sex. Laugh together, have some intimate conversations, massage each other, look in each other's eyes, express your love for one another. And then when you are together, you can spoon each other or you can face each other and you can synchronize your breathing. You know, both take some nice breaths in and out, which can calm your physiology, but also connect you in that way, looking into each other's eyes. You'd be amazed at how that can change your lovemaking experience. So that is the heart. Now let's talk about the body. What's so great about the body is there is no end to our potential for growth. So it's not about who we're having sex with as much as it is about where and how we're being touched. Now there are so many, thousands, millions of ways to be touched because there's so many different nuances. Maybe we like to have our nipples stimulated, but it depends on, you know, is it with your mouth or your fingers? And if it's your fingers, is it your fingertips? Or is it the palms of your hands? And if it's a mouth, is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it a tongue? Is it your teeth? Is it your lips? There's so many. What's the speed? What's the pressure? so many different variations. Is it one? Is it both? And it's not only about the body, about where and how, but it's also being able to really focus and experience on what you're feeling. So if you're in your head and you're worried about performing or doing, and you're not experiencing, you're not going to be really experiencing as much pleasure as you can in your body. So the body is one that we all can relate to, kind of like the heart, but for the body, I think more people can relate to that. Obviously, if we're being touched in a very pleasurable way, it's going to feel good. But you could be experiencing amazing oral sex, but if you're in your head and you're worried about something or you're not really enjoying your partner, it's not going to feel very good. So, all of these things can play into one another. But if the body is something that you connect to, again, there's no end to the potential for growth of what you can experience. And the reason why this is so important is because we think we've done everything. We think we know everything. We think that sex gets worse with time. But when we think about these 3 levels, we're going to get to the mind, which is, I think, one of the most exciting ones, but they're all important. When we are aware of these levels, we can focus on expanding within each level or to the other levels. And when you can experience all of these levels and you continue to grow and evolve with your partner or with yourself, sex becomes better and better with time and with age, even if you're in the same relationship. It's a fact. Why? Sex is a skill. It's not this innate thing. It is actually a skill, and all skills get better with practice. But when we think we know everything, or we think we've reached our full potential, or we believe that it all goes downhill and gets worse with time, then there's no possibilities. That's why this is so important. Let's talk about the mind. So the mind is the eroticism. And eroticism is really, really important. Now, some people connect to eroticism more than others, but we all have it in us. And if it's something that you connect to, again, no end to the potential of where you can go with it, alone or with a partner. And with a partner, it can be really exciting. It is about fantasy and role play and erotic power play, submission, dominance, fun, and it's important. It's kind of like the pepper, that spice that we can put on our sex life that can add so many different dimensions. So some people, again, they have maybe their own fantasies or their own themes, and they've tried different things, maybe dress up or whatever it might be. Sex toys would probably go into this category. And you've tried a lot of things, but again, I always say you don't know what you don't know. I promise there is more things that you can do, more things that you can learn, more things that you can try. So if it's not an area that you generally go to, maybe you're more focused on the heart or the body, it is a whole area that you can explore to discover new ways to be sexually, to experience sexual pleasure. So we've got the heart, the body, the mind, or the eroticism. And when you can talk about it in this way with your partner and find out what's the area that you connect to most, what is the place that you get the most turned on, or that when you think about sex is the most important to you. And there's no wrong answer. And we always have room to grow, to learn more, to experience more within each category. And it can even be a fun activity that you experience with your partner. Let's just focus on the heart. Let's get a Tantra book. Let's try some connection exercises. Let's focus on the body. Let's explore each other's bodies and learn about each other and our own body and discover new ways that we like to be touched or where we could be touched. Now, some people say the largest erogenous zone is the brain. And that is true, it's a big one, but also the skin. So there are areas on your body that you may not even know that can feel really good. Or maybe you know it feels good, but there are different ways that you can be touched. And this can be an adventure you go on with yourself to learn about your own sexuality and your own body, and certainly with a partner. And these are things that you can do and explore to become more knowledgeable about sex in general, but really about your pleasure, and to try different things and thinking about it in this way. What area do you know is not your strongest area that you can really work on? And what is your strong area that you can continue to expand? You do this, you try these things. I promise you, you will have more exciting, better sex. And we all like a good adventure. And this is a great one to go on. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any comments, please leave them below. And I do appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will be back next week.